Hello, everyone, and welcome to IoT Marketing Live. I'm Tiffani Neilson, and with me is my incredible co host, the CEO and founder of IoT Marketing, Johannes Beekman. How are you today, Johannes?
I'm doing great, Tiffany. How are you?
Amazing. And the Olympics just kicked off in Paris, and the city is swamped in security, with 40,000 barriers dividing the French capital. French Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin told reporters France is facing the biggest security challenge any country has ever had to organize in a time of peace. In an interview with weekly newspaper Le Journal du Dimanche, he explained that potentially dangerous individuals have been caught applying to work or volunteer at the Olympics, including 257 radical Islamists. Parisians are reportedly grumbling about the road closures and bike lanes that abruptly end without warning, while human rights groups are denouncing unacceptable risks to fundamental rights. There are complaints about dystopian security. However, these measures are pretty much an Olympics tradition. Previous iterations have been categorized as Lockdown London, Fortress Tokyo, and the Arms Race in Rio. This time, it's the least visible security measures that have emerged as some of the most controversial. Security measures in Paris have been turbocharged by a new type of AI, as the city enables controversial algorithms to crawl CCTV footage of transport stations looking for threats. The system was first tested in Paris back in March at two Depeche Mode concerts. And for critics and supporters alike, algorithmic oversight of CCTV footage offers a glimpse of the security systems of the future, where there is simply too much surveillance footage for any human operator to physically watch. The software is an extension of the police, says Noemi Levion, a member of the activist group La Quadrature du Net, which opposes AI surveillance. It's the eyes of the police multiplied. Near the entrance of the metro station, surveillance cameras are bolted to the ceiling, encased in an easily overlooked gray metal box, with a small sign pinned to the wall above the bin, informing anyone willing to stop and read it that they are part of the Video Surveillance Analysts experiments. The company which runs the Paris Metro RATP is likely to use automated analysis in real time of the CCTV images in which you can appear, the sign explains to the oblivious passengers rushing past. And the experiment says it will run until March of 2025. What are your thoughts on the use of AI at this year's Olympic Games, Johannes?
Well, Tiffany, first of all, there is obviously some history here because there were terrorist attacks at the Munich Olympics in 72, the Atlanta Olympics in 96, and there was an attempted attack at the Sydney Olympics in 2000. Also, a couple of hours prior to the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics, there was a coordinated attack on the French high-speed railway network, which caused massive traffic disruptions. So the Olympics are not immune to terrorist attacks, and you already highlight a few other elements of what they found. So, en contraire, the Olympics are a high-profile target. So now coming back to your question, in response to all these security challenges of the past decades, the integration of AI at this year's Olympics brings significant advancements and raises, of course, important debates. On the positive side, AI is revolutionizing security by monitoring CCTV coverage in real time, enabling quick responses to potential threats such as crowd searches or abandoned objects. Companies, for example, like Wintix, have developed algorithms that enhance public safety without compromising personal data, focusing on anonymous shapes rather than personal identifiers. Moreover, AI is also enriching the viewing experience through multi-camera replays and automated highlight reels, making the content more dynamic and engaging for fans. The IOC is also using AI to safeguard athletes from cyber abuse by monitoring social media for harmful content, creating a safer digital environment. However, of course, these advancements are not without controversy. So, private advocates argue that AI surveillance can lead to an authoritarian capture of public spaces, potentially remaining in place long after the games and perpetuating discriminatory practices. These concerns highlight the need for transparent and ethical AI deployment ensuring that technological innovations do not infringe on personal freedoms and privacy. Overall, AI offers numerous benefits if it necessitates a careful balance between innovation and individual rights. To conclude and to highlight a different angle to your question, I'm sure that the French government, gendarmerie, and intelligence forces will do their utmost to prevent another incident, as we've seen prior, and they will also breathe a collective sigh of relief when the Olympics are over without another major incident. And I'm sure that they will utilize AI whenever and wherever they can.
Thank you, Johannes. It sure does seem that AI is everywhere. And IoT Marketing recently hosted the Intelligent Thinking AI Summit, which was a huge success, featuring top notch speakers discussing the many aspects of AI, including generative AI, AIoT, and much more. So, if you're looking to incorporate AI into your digital strategy, or you simply want to learn more about what is happening with AI, you can still access the live event and get your ticket now at iotmktg.com. Now, for more AI related news, as OpenAI's ChatGPT has announced the launch of a search engine, presumably as a potential rival to Google. Cointelegraph shared that in a July 25th notice, ChatGPT's website included a page for SearchGPT, a prototype using the strength of their AI models to give fast answers with clear and relevant sources. SearchGPT was not available for all users at the time of publication, as the platform is awaiting feedback from a small group before the full release. According to the platform, results will be more visual than Google's and allow follow up questions to refine the search. For example, SearchGPT has partnered with publishers and creators, citing sources in relevant search results. While this prototype is temporary, we plan to integrate the best of these features directly into ChatGPT in the future, said OpenAI. So, Johannes, what are your thoughts on the new ChatGPT AI search prototype?
Well, Tiffany, actually, I've been using ChatGPT as a search engine for the past year. I mean, you ask ChatGPT a question and it answers the question. You can disagree with the answer, but you have a starting point for follow-up questions. So the functionality that you just described has been available for a while already. Google, on the other hand, traditionally provided an answer, which could be hit or miss, and provided a bunch of web links, giving the user the option to choose which link would likely provide them with the best answer. So, working with ChatGPT, I've noticed a significant improvement in ChatGPT in the past year in various ways. So, apart from the big upgrades they have, there are some upgrades that they don't mention, but they are upgrading it on a regular basis. So right now, ChatGPT provides more recent data. 1 year ago, a major complaint about ChatGPT was that the data was at least 1 year old. So the model now also includes citations in its responses, enhancing the reliability and traceability of the information that it provides. Additionally, the lag time for updates has been reduced to about a week, allowing for more timely and relevant responses. So these improvements make ChatGPT a more effective tool for answering questions. So the current ChatGPT model is getting closer, but before we can call it Search GPT, there are still several improvements that need to be made. The model must consistently provide up-to-date information, which is not there yet, including also reliable citations, and minimize the lag time for updates even further. Additionally, it should ensure a high level of accuracy and comprehensiveness in its responses to meet the standards expected from a search engine. Only then can we consider it on par with traditional search engines. So, coming back to your question, Tiffany, is ChatGPT working towards becoming SearchGPT? Absolutely. Is it feasible that they will get there in the near future? You bet. Will people want ChatGPT? Without a doubt. It will be like having an encyclopedia or Wikipedia at your fingertips. And how about this cherry on top? With voice mode, which is already available, you can just talk to ChatGPT and he or she, depending on the voice that you selected, will just answer your question.
Thank you, Johannes. And another OpenAI story, as TechCrunch recently reported that OpenAI CEO Sam Altman says that OpenAI is working with the US AI Safety Institute, a federal government body that aims to assess and address risks in AI platforms. on an agreement to provide early access to its next major generative AI model for safety testing. The announcement, which Altman made in a post on X late Thursday evening, was light on details, but it, along with a similar deal with the UK's AI safety body struck in June, appears to be intended to counter the narrative that OpenAI has deprioritized work on AI safety in the pursuit of more capable, powerful generative AI technologies. Johannes, why do you feel that early access to OpenAI's next model will be significant for the US AI Safety Institute?
Well, not just for the US AI Safety Institute, Tiffany, I think it will have a broader impact. So first off, early access to the OpenAI's next model, ChatGPT 5 likely, it will be significant for several reasons. Early access will allow the Institute to rigorously test the new model for potential safety issues before it is released to the public. Then, by providing early access, OpenAI helps the Institute develop informed regulatory frameworks tailored to the model's capabilities and potential risks. Then, the collaboration highlights OpenAI's effort to maintain transparency and public accountability in its AI development. So the agreement between OpenAI and the US AI Safety Institute may also influence broader AI government practices. So right now we have a handful, maybe two handful, capable AI chatbots, ChatGPT, Gemini, Llama, and Claude, but that will increase to thousands in my projection, in maybe 2 years from now. So OpenAI and the US AI Safety Institute are really setting a trend and creating a new standard for AI models.
Thanks, Johannes. And a global Microsoft outage grounded flights and disrupted hospitals, banking, businesses, and emergency services overnight after a software update from cybersecurity company CrowdStrike impacted systems. CrowdStrike president and CEO George Kurtz issued a statement early Friday morning saying it was not a security incident, that they've identified the issue and are deploying a fix. CrowdStrike is actively working with customers impacted by a defect found in a single content update for Windows hosts. Mac and Linux hosts are not impacted. This is not a security incident or a cyber attack. The issue has been identified, isolated, and a fix has been deployed, he said. The issue seems most likely to have been a mistake, a faulty update pushed out to hundreds of millions of computers around the world, Vaughn said. And CrowdStrike, of course, should have spotted this before it went live. But even with extensive testing, it only requires a small percentage of systems to have issues with the update to cause a widespread outage and disruption. Things will always go wrong. It's a question of when, not if. And companies and national governments need to be prepared to take mitigating actions to minimize their exposure. Today's crisis could have been avoided by companies rolling out computer updates on a few machines first to check if they work, rather than sending them to all the machines at the same time. What are your thoughts on the global Microsoft outage, Johannes?
Well, and as you mentioned, so the CrowdStrike disaster, as we should call it, of July 2024 had significant global repercussions, so stemming from a faulty update to their security software. So this example demonstrates how a bad patch in security software can have a global impact. And to give you a few examples of the impact, over 2,000 flights were canceled globally. Hospitals in Germany and the UK had difficulties assessing patient records, and major banks like JP Morgan Chase experienced delays in processing trades. So this outage also affected numerous federal systems, including critical infrastructure managed by the Department of Homeland Security and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. It also disrupted DMV services across multiple states, and in some states, all DMV locations were closed. So, long story short, DMV staff, airline staff, hospital staff, and bankers had to deal with many unhappy customers, and there was actually nothing they could do. So, what this means is, yes, we are truly living in a connected world, Tiffany. One bad software update can do a huge amount of damage. We have to do better, and I like your proposal that even a small update would be tested out on a few computers or servers before it's rolled out across the entire world.
Thank you, Johannes. And according to Hackster.io, Any digital nomad influencer can tell you that a van life vehicle is a lot more complicated than just a mattress thrown into the back of an old Ford Econoline. Those vans are, in essence, miniature RVs, and the small size forces designers to be even more cognizant of the space utilization, resulting in greater complexity. Modern vans are often stuffed full of electronically controlled systems, and monitoring them all can be overwhelming. And that's where the open source Smart Van project aims to help those living the van life. Smart Van is a project being developed by Roberto Pompameyer, who is a windsurfer, snowboarder, van owner, and IoT architect. JOD Smart Van is the open source software built on the John OS IoT platform that Roberto created specifically for monitoring and controlling the systems commonly used in vans. The Smart Van project also includes hardware designs like the SV Box IoT 1.0 to let users take advantage of the aforementioned software. And these Smart Van hardware and software come together to give users complete control over their van systems, as well as the ability to monitor those systems from anywhere with cellular connectivity. I thought this story was very innovative and fun, but what are your thoughts, Johannes?
Well, this is really a fun project, Tiffany, and I like it. It represents a highly innovative approach to modern van life, which blends sustainability, technology, and mobility in one application. And it's great that it's open source. So that will support a community-driven approach to problem solving and expanding, and also customization. So it's exciting to see how such projects can empower individuals to explore alternative living solutions, making technology accessible and practical for everyday use. The integration of smart technologies in a mobile environment also highlights the versatility and potential of IoT solutions beyond the traditional home settings that we always talk about. Overall, this project illustrates creativity and ingenuity in leveraging technology to enhance lifestyle and sustainability.
Thank you, Johannes. And Rocket Lab USA successfully launched its 50th Electron mission, deploying satellites for French Internet of Things company Kinesis. Electron has reached the milestone of 50 launches faster than any commercially developed rocket in history. The No Time to Lose mission lifted off from Rocket Lab Launch Complex 1 in Mahia, New Zealand on the 21st of June, successfully deploying 5 satellites to a 635-kilometer circular orbit. The mission was first of 5 dedicated Electron launches for Kinesis, a company backed by private and public investors, including the French government space agency CNES and CLS, an international space-based solutions provider to improve global IoT connectivity. And the Kinesis constellation is designed to make it possible to connect and locate any object anywhere in the world, enabling data transmission to users in near real time at low bit rates with very low energy consumption. By enabling internet connection to Earth's most remote locations, Kinesis constellation can support forest fire detection, water resource management, infrastructure and energy network monitoring, and transport and logistics tracking, to name a few. Across 50 launches, Rocket Lab has now deployed 190 satellites for a diverse range of customers and missions, including NASA missions to the moon, the National Reconnaissance Office, and Space Force missions supporting the national security and defense, scientific research to combat climate change, and commercial constellations providing vital data and services to millions of people on Earth. 50 successful launches is quite the accomplishment, wouldn't you agree, Johannes?
Oh, absolutely, Tiffany. But first of all, thanks for finding this article. 50 successful launches is an outstanding achievement. Now, FYI, Rocket Lab just completed its 51st launch, which was named Owl for One, One for Owl. I like the names that they give to their launches. And that launch happened a few days ago. So Rocket Lab uses 2 launch sites, one in New Zealand, where they launched the Kinesis satellite, and another one in Virginia. So the first 2023 launch from the second launch pad of the Virginia site was called Virginia is for Launch Lovers. And you mentioned already, the Guinea's satellite launch was called No Time to Lose. And of course, Toulouse is a city in France. Now, rocket launch has, because they have been so steady and reliable in launching rockets, they have established themselves as a leader in reliable and frequent access to space. And their current launch vehicle is the Electron rocket, which has had 9 launches so far in 2024, which is a lot. They claim Electron as the second most frequently launched US rocket, which I tend to believe, and it is used by commercial and government satellite operators. Now, the next rocket is going to be really interesting. It's called the Neutron. It's still in development with the first launch date pushed out to mid 2025. The Neutron will feature a completely reusable. The Neutron will feature a completely reusable rocket design. So can't wait for to see that one take off.
Thanks, Johannes. And that concludes our news for today. So be sure to register to attend our Summit of Things event taking place this October virtually, and that's October 22nd to the 24th. And the multi-day live event will feature a variety of sessions covering the biggest trends and most important information about the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and other technologies. Featuring a virtual expo hall, networking capabilities, and an all-star list of experts and thought leaders, you will not want to miss this event. So get your free early bird pass now at iotmktg.com. And there is also still time to nominate your favorite product, business, or person for the annual Industry Insights IoT Awards taking place this December. So if you've not done so yet, please visit our website and nominate them now. And also on our event calendar, we have the annual Emerging Trends webinar taking place in January 2025. So hard to believe it's already 2025, but here we are. And if you're interested in speaking, sponsoring, or advertising at the event or any of our events, please reach out to us and, of course, register to attend, all at iotmktg.com. Anything else to add about our upcoming events, Johannes?
Well, I'd like to reiterate that it's a great time to be in high tech, Tiffany, with all the news in AI, IoT, and rocket launch. There's almost always so much news to cover. So, to anybody out there, you don't want to miss any of our virtual events. We had a great speaker lineup and turnout for the Intelligent Thinking AI Summit. We already have 22 speakers confirmed for the Summit of Things in October. And we, as Tiffany mentioned, we are working on the award show in December. And I really can't wait for the January Emerging Trends webinar. So, calling all thought leaders out there, we are looking at a very busy 4 months with a lot of shows in the next months. There are lots of opportunities to participate in one of our events. So let's talk and let's discuss how we can help you.
Thank you, Johannes. Yes, a very busy 4 months indeed. We'll also be at the AI4 Summit, Mobile World Congress Las Vegas, and CES. So if you're going to be at any of those shows and would like to book a meeting with us, also reach out to us. And for any of you watching that are working on your 2025 marketing plan and looking for ways to drive leads to your sales funnel, we would like to remind you that IoT Marketing offers a multitude of marketing, PR, and production services. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us for a free consultation. We'd love to speak with you and see how we can assist you in reaching your marketing goals. And thanks so much for joining me, Johannes. And of course, thank you all for watching today.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.